Okay.
All right. So, but she's the only one on right now?
She's the only one on, so.
We're hoping nobody's having a problem getting on because I know Matt and Maggie.
Yeah, but he hasn't said anything. But he, does anybody?
Yeah, that was the delayed exit.
So I knew somebody would ask. Don't worry about it. It's my job. Oh. Yeah.
We recorded Rosemary laughing and we put it in the doorbell.
Debbie has a memory she wants to share.
I do. Actually, I have two.
Oh, good.
One for each of y'all. Rosemary and we were good buds. We were in the single only club, you know? No men allowed.
That's
right. So we were in our comfort zone. She meets Mike. And she's all like, ah.
I love the way she puts it.
Oh, it's so naughty.
Can you hear this, Patty?
Yes.
Okay.
I kept telling her to use some soap brand or something because I was gonna.
She did that all the time too.
Yeah. And then one day she was oh my gosh.
I had my reading.
I was like, another one bites the dust. Oh, dear. You know. But then I went to the wedding and he swooned to her and all that stuff. I'm like, whoa. You know, I've never seen anything like that. But they were so attached to the hip. And Mike was always such a patient man. I drank all his beer. And
Yeah.
that was fine. Yeah. When I saw him in jail picking up one of my family members, bailing him out, I saw him. He walked in the house. Hi, Mike. And he looked around. Hi. But he wasn't embarrassed or anything. You know, a lot of cops would be embarrassed. Yeah, Debbie's back picking up another family member. You know, but they'll always be remembered. I'll always remember them too. Awesome. I'm glad we found each other in this lifetime. And in the next one.
And in the next one.
And in the
Thank
next
you.
one.
Yes.
Absolutely. God bless.
Thank you. Give me a hug.
You betcha.
She's got to go with her granddaughter.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Girl.
Thank
Call me,
you.
okay?
I will. Yeah, I'll check into that. That was my good friend Debbie. We worked together at the hospital for 8 years.
That was awesome.
6 years in Pike.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. and also when I love this story. Our music minister, and he's kind of, he cuts albums. He's an awesome musician. He has albums. He had a concert just recently. But I've known him for years because he's the music minister to our church. You probably heard this story. And he nobody knew it. Nobody at the church knew it, but he had a problem with alcohol. And one night, day or night, he was driving and got caught. So he got to jail. And Mike just happened to be there in booking that night. That day, I don't know if it's day or night. And normally they put him in this dirty old cell and they have to wait until they get housing or get bailed out, one or the other, for that, somebody bailed him out. So they just put him in this cell, with a dirty old toilet and sink, steel sink and yucky bunk and have him wait. And Mike said immediately, he said, I know him. Don't put him in the cell. I will watch him. And he did. And
That's
somebody,
awesome.
I think his wife even bailed him out.
So he just stayed like in the desk right next to the desk?
Yeah, just somewhere in a chair, somewhere. Yeah. I did not let them put him in the cell. He's a really nice guy. And the very next Sunday at church, he got up and it was the most emotional thing you've ever heard. He spilled his guts.
Matt just dialed in.
Yeah. Matt, can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Hi, guys.
Technology works again.
Hey, and Maggie's here with me. She's almost here.
So bring her here.
We don't
John-
believe it until we see her.
John and Tara, have not met Maggie. John and Tara are here and they have not met Maggie. So
Oh, really? Well,
beautiful, unbelievable life.
you won't believe her till you see her.
Look at my sweet Maggie. That's Maggie.
John and Terry, my cousins.
Hi, I'm Mike's sister.
Oh, you're Mike's sister.
Yes, hi.
What's your name?
Patty.
Maddie, good to meet you.
Nice to
Patty.
meet you.
Oh, Patty.
Patty, yes. Nice to meet you both. I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, it's good to meet
Good to meet you.
You know, Mike talked about your wedding for how long you been there? 3 years?
you.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about it to everybody that would listen.
Yeah, he did.
Beautiful
did.
wedding. Oh, he did.
You guys were a big part of it. We've still got all those pics, and we remember it well.
We took pictures.
We took pictures? Oh. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. You guys live in Houston now, don't you?
Yep, we do these days. Yep.
And yeah, Jeff was just in Houston and he didn't know that.
I was there for 2 weeks. I didn't even know you were there.
Oh, really?
man.
Oh, if I would have known, we would have invited you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't bump into you on the streets, but next time.
Next time, maybe. Well, if you're in Houston, let us know again.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Come.
Been here for hours.
So we're just
Oh, yeah, don't forget.
I'm sorry.
we're just beginning our time of sharing. You guys and Patty are the only ones who called in so far.
Oh,
But
okay.
Okay.
we have a few more that said they were going to, so we'll see.
This is my nephew and his wife that live in Houston. This is my brother Ron's son.
Wave.
And
People are waving at you.
they went down to Texas, down to Texas for their and I had never met Maggie. I'd never met her till the night of the rehearsal dinner. And then I met her, and the wedding was going to be the next day. And Maggie came up to me and asked me if I would take pictures of them her and her bridesmaids getting ready for the wedding. And I was so honored. It was like, she doesn't even know me. How does she know that I can even take pictures?
New world famous.
What's your recollection of that, man?
She was the most beautiful bride I've ever seen.
I think maybe Kathy had said something about Rosemary's photography, and so I snagged her.
Yeah, your photography skills are known far and wide, Aunt Rosemary.
Mhm.
They're very good, just like my brothers. They were both excellent.
That's
Mhm.
right. That's right.
Yeah, we got a lot of good pictures from both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, gosh, it was just, the wedding was just unbelievably amazing. Every bit of it. It was so great.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun to have everybody there.
I think this was the best.
Way down in Texas, because we would not have missed it. And then they had rehearsal dinner right there in the RV park. What do you call it? The
KOA.
That's right. Yep.
And of course, Mike and I didn't know that. We made reservations way in advance so we could park our trailer in the KOA. And we didn't know the rest of the family was going to be in the same KOA. We had no idea.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was a pleasant surprise there. I
Yeah.
remember it. You and Mike drove the trailer all the way down.
Yep, we did.
All the way down to Texas in August, nonetheless. You
Yeah.
braved the heat.
And then Carter and Sherry and a bunch of Matt's family stayed in cabins there, right in the KOA. So we were all there. It was great. Great memories.
So Matt and Maggie, do you have any memories of Mike that you'd like to share?
Yeah. There's a couple in particular that I wanted to share.
All right, go ahead.
Is now a good time?
Yes.
All right. Well, the first one is the first time that I got to have like a close personal conversation with Mike, and it was the moment when I realized that I liked Mike a lot. And it was shortly after Mike and Rosemary had gotten married, and we were at kind of like a barbecue in Spokane, at Ron and Kathy's house, and we were all just chilling and getting our mashed potatoes and stuff. And Mike was at the end of the line, and I joined him and got to talking. And we sat down together, and he started telling me. Well, I was asking him questions, and he started telling me about his days in the Navy and submarines, and we had a long conversation. He was, like really interested in asking questions about what was going on in my life at the time. And I just remember thinking like, oh, wow, Rosemary, married a good one here. And it was just a real sweet moment, long chat that night with Mike. And that was kind of the first memory I had.
Cool, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And a second memory that was quite a bit after that one was when me and Maggie, it was shortly after we'd gotten married, and we went to visit Mike and Rosemary for. You remember that, Aunt Rosemary?
Yes, you came up here for a wedding.
That's right. One of my good friends was getting married in Boise, and so Mike and Rosemary were super happy to let us stay at their house and be with them. And I remember getting up one morning, and Maggie was having like a long conversation with Mike before any of us had gotten up, just in the living room. And I remember being so happy about that. And I mean, maybe you could tell us more about that conversation, but it was just like, you could just see his friendliness and his caringness and everything, and making Mike just, connected right away before I had even had a chance to like introduce them in person.
Yeah, because I think we got in really late from the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't really, I don't know if we even saw Mike that night. I think Rosemary just let us in the door and we went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mike and I were up really early, I think, just drinking coffee. And he just told me their whole story.
Yeah.
He started with, well, we met in prison. And so I knew it was going to be a good story after that.
I'm surprised he told you the whole story, because I'm usually the one that told the whole story, and he'd just say we met in jail. Well, one-on-one, he's a lot better one-on-one, or just a few people, than he did with big crowds. So he would always single out somebody to talk to. He loved to talk. He just didn't, big crowds.
I think one of my favorite, I enjoyed that conversation, but I remember being in the car with, I think it was just Mike, Rosemary, me, and Matt, and we were driving. We had just seen Julia at her work, maybe, or
Yeah.
we had gone to the thrift shop we worked at,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
and I asked Mike and Rosemary for their best marriage advice, and because we'd only been married 2 or 3 months, and Rosemary said, or I don't know who said it, whoever said it, the other one agreed. It was mutual advice, but they said, do what you want to do and have fun together, and don't wait.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked about all the trips that they had gone on and how they just really enjoyed life together and took moments to do what they wanted to do together. And so we did.
Yeah, we took that to heart.
We really did. We went to New Zealand for 3 months.
Yeah, pretty short after that.
Yeah. So we